Good morning. It is 8:18 or somewhere in there a.m. on Monday, February 26th, 2018. I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. As you can kind of see by my backdrop, I did make it on my trip. You can see I'm arguably on the less beautiful side of the house right now. Just the uphill side with all of the other cabins, as opposed to the downhill, mountain slope. But this was the quiet balcony right at the moment. So Luna was doing pretty well yesterday, and so I did decide to go ahead and take her to the kennel and come on my trip, obviously. I just got off the phone with the kennel, and they say she's doing well, eating well, taking her meds, enjoying, playtime, and they called her a cuddle bug, which is definitely true, but I like it when other people say it, so... feeling emotional about that, and certainly glad to hear it, right? Because, while I, had made my decision, part of the way that I, would deal with the subroutine in the back of my brain, just going, well, but what if this? What if that? What if this? What if that? Is kind of following some advice from a book called The Astronaut's Guide to Living on Earth by Chris Hadfield, where he talks about, do sweat the small stuff, but what that means is make plans, don't just fret. And so what that means is, when my brain starts to spin up what if questions, I try to give thens to them. So if this, then that. If that, then this. And so part of how I was calming, like this idea of like, well, she seems like she's doing okay right now. And so if she continues to do well, then great, everything's fine. And if she doesn't, then I come home early. And I am not, then I at least got to do part of my trip, as opposed to having stayed home where, and so... But certainly, it's one thing to say that, and then another to feel myself getting further and further away from home. With every hour that passed as I travel, knowing that it's like, well, that's at least an hour that it would take me to go back to. So it did make me a little bit, anxious again. But that said. If I have to be away from home and from Luna right now, this is where I want to be. There's great people here that very, loving and supportive, and it's going to be fun and creatively satisfying, and it's good. So I'm going to try to be here. Luna's obviously in my heart, but I try to not have her constantly in my head while I'm up here. Just because what's the point of coming on the trip if I can't enjoy myself, right? So, yeah. And besides, it seems like, Luna was stable when I dropped her off, which is why I decided to do it. I called this morning. They said she's doing fine, so... When I just did that, a little bit of spit came onto the iPad screen. You won't see it on the camera, but I see it now. Anyway. Okay, so here I am. Deep breaths of the air, the mountain air. It's kind of cool and foggy this morning. There's a little bit more fog over that way. And, after this, I'm going to go have breakfast, and I'm going to try to do a lot of writing today. Probably I'll try to get a call back from her vets again just to give them an update. But yeah, that's where I'm at today. So yeah, one of the things that actually came up yesterday, and I don't have time to really deep dive into this right now, but just had me thinking about it again, was I'm not 100% sure what these videos are for. Like, are they on my own personal journal? Or are they a show for you guys? I would say probably it's a combination of the two. Probably more personal journal than for you guys, honestly. No offense, but that said, I don't know. I obviously do put them out there in public. So anyway, I'm gonna get to my other business for the day. So I'll talk to you tomorrow for 5 more minutes.